What's up, everybody? Thanks for stopping by my channel, Esteemed Queen and Mentality. Be sure that you like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I definitely do miss you guys. I've had so much going on with just building the brand on top of me dealing with Stella. And it's warming up outside. I'm being booked and busy for wedding season since wedding season is seeming to make a comeback. So needless to say, I am here. I have arrived glowing in all. Hope everybody is doing well. Hope everybody is safe. I know that they're saying that this pandemic is coming to an end. I think it's I don't know how they said it, but I know it's an actual word. But even with all that being said, and we're getting back to how things used to be, please, please, please be careful. And of course, always wash your hands, including your thumbs, bitch. And outside of that, always come and see me over at the Warrior Community. My head's a little chopped off. I'm sorry. I have so much stuff going on and moving around in here. And the pet child is in here today, so I gotta be very, very quiet. Anyway. So go ahead, get your water, get your wine, get whatever it is that you're sipping on, get it and bring it close, okay? I don't know where my cup of coffee is at this point, but it is what it is. I just want to have a little tea talk with y'all up in the treehouse. It has been a while plus, and it's been raining, so I haven't really been over here like that. But let's go ahead and just get back into the swing of things, okay? Now, I know my last video I did was really focused on groups, like-minded groups, like-minded people. And so I'm wanting to continue that talk a little bit today with today's tea talk, but it came to me in a form of fashion where, you know how when you get into the elevator and you gotta check yourself just in case you try not to wreck yourself. And I was pitching to an acquisitions company, and I had to remember a couple of things when it comes down to you being in the room or the building with like-minded people. Now, of course, like-minded people, they may not all have the same personality traits, but they do have something, figuratively speaking, that makes it so that if there was to be crowds, y'all will huddle together. Now, based on the characteristics and on focus, those are the two reasons and intentions and purposes that will really set people apart, being north and south. All right, so if you're a person that is very focused, very determined, very on your shit, can't take them off their pivot, you will find that is someone that's like-minded and on the same lines as you, but the level of how ambitious they are can be way different from someone who is like-minded as you, or like-minded as you, but don't carry the same characteristics. Like, there's a difference between someone being focused and getting something done, and then someone being sneaky to get something finished or fixed or whatever the case may be. You two may be like-minded, but you two aren't the same people. You two have different ways, different crossroads, different avenues, and free sections to go, child. So free sections, intersections, all them sections, but they're not the same for everybody. So we need to keep in mind certain things when it comes to us being around like-minded people. Now, there's always a sensitivity or hypervigilance there where you're going to feel as if like something you put down is going to be picked up and took on by somebody else. But you got to have certain things in place, so then that way, even if that was to be the case, it doesn't really have a lot happening to you where it throws you off your pivot. All right, it's something to keep in mind and something to learn, but it's not something for you to hold on to. So we need to talk about this like-mindedness. Now, like I said, making sure I'm good to go before this elevator door opened, because I already knew when that elevator door opened, it was going to be showtime. Okay, I'm not talking P Valley, I'm talking Shark Tank. Okay, so we need to be sure we got our shit together. And sometimes we can know a business model, a business structure, a business period down to a T. You can dress it to the gods with words. But when it comes down to how we come across, it does make sense for you to take those 2 or 3 seconds going up to the 13th floor with a clearance pass to get yourself together. Because a lot of times we like to make investments of all types, friendships, relationships, you name it, based off of the face value that someone gives us or brings to our table. You know, you can only go off of what you know, but once you know more than what you did in the beginning, it's a whole nother can of worms, it's a whole nother tank of fish, and it's a whole different food group when you know more than what you did coming into it. So we need to come out of the elevator understanding that even how we represent ourselves has a lot to do with how people take us in. But depending on how they take us in, if you know who you are, it's not going to make you feel uncomfortable being that someone has their own opinion. There's only one opinion that matters outside of yours and probably your kids. And, you know, that's whatever force and power that you're with. So hopefully it's the right one. But I want to go ahead and maybe point out 2 or 3 things. I gotta go. I don't know where my phone is. So first thing is first, number 1, okay, there's always a lesson learned. A lot of times when I go and do pitches and things like that, regardless if it is for media interviews or if it's just like just for sponsorships, like it comes to a point where you have to be aware. It's just like you're dancing on stage with 10 other people and y'all all have personal space, the arm length space, and if so happens you haul off and move too quick, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna knock the hell out the person right beside you, and it's gonna be a domino effect. Well, when you don't know who you are, that's what happens too. Alright, so we have to understand, like, the lesson learned in all of this, even what you have in your own business, is you knowing who you are, how you stand. The more we become nervous in trying to explain who we are, that should let you know right then and there. You may want to take a little bit more time to get to know yourself. That doesn't mean that you gotta go and literally tell every bill from here till tomorrow you ain't gonna pay it because you're deciding to just go into straight hermit mode and shut everything down. It doesn't mean that, but it just simply means that you have a lot, probably more exploring of yourself to do than it is for you to feel like just being around people that kind of have the same components mentally are going to be what help you discover who you are and explore who you are. That's not how the assignment works, people. You have to know who you are in order for you to authentically walk in confidence. It don't matter where you at, and it damn sure don't matter who it is. But a lot of times when you come into that place where you're real with yourself and you're real about stuff, the phony and the fake can't take it. And then that's a way that you are able to identify in that like-minded group who's on the low totem pole and who is on the high. You know, understand, the higher up you're trying to go, the more patience you're going to need. The longer the ride is going to be. You know, the longer the longevity will need an investment. The longer the longevity, the more patience you need, because it's not going to come overnight. You know, an overnight sensation takes almost, what, 25 years, 27 years, plus or minus to 2 because of the pandemic, but it takes over a decade, over 2. As a matter of fact, trust me. So when we come into like-minded people, understand you're not going to stay in that same demographic with those that you started out with to begin with. You're not. And that is merely because growing, it takes progress, and progress equals success. You may see them along the way, you may see them down the way, but either way you look at it, not all like-minded people go into the same industry, go into the same anything, looking at it to be different with an old mindset. It doesn't work that way. When we come into a point in place where we're coming out that elevator, and it's time for us to really show out and show and prove and put that talking shit to the side, you need to make sure you know it. You know, it's all in the shoulders. It's all in the shoulders. Walk with your head up, your back arched. All right. And you let it be known that you have arrived. Because, of course, we all deserve to know who you are if you're going to shine this bright. You know, the nicest flowers, the nicest gardens, it takes a lot. It takes a lot, you know. I was reading this book and it said, you know, what type of flowers do you want in your garden? Do you want something with a bunch of thorns, or do you want something that's sweet and is resourceful and is useful? That's the same thing when it comes to people. You want someone around that's like-minded, that can help you learn how to resource and learn how to, you know what I'm saying, what is it called? Boost your sales, be able to help you, be able to let it elevate to where you want to be. Whether it's that's them buying a $10 box of this, they out here just reposting and tagging that. Not all like-minded people do that, especially if so happens they're looking for someone to do it for them. You know, one of those I do as I'm giving type people, that's not like-mindedness. That's someone that, for example, will be on the lowest aspect of like-mindedness with you. So where it is you see that there could be some weaknesses with that person being around, you need to really shine through and show it while you shine. That 9 times out of 10, one, you can't worry about things you can't change, so fuck it. Second of all, if it's up to you and you see the difference in between who they are and what you're like, then you need to make the necessary adjustments and movements so you can be around more like-minded people coming towards your end versus you going towards theirs. Got that? Number 3, let me see what's going on here. I think I've already said this too. Like, the bigger the vision, the higher up you trying to go, the more time and effort and energy it takes. This is not an easy walk. It's not an easy marathon. But if you put in the work, you put in the steps, and you save your testimonies for people who do want to hear them, that do want to be encouraged, that do want to be that empress level someday, well, you got to be a king and a queen first. And even before then, we're prince and princesses. So as you go on through this week, understand there's certain things about ourselves. Even with like-minded people, we're going to have to retrain or reparent our mindset to accept, to see, and to be willing to change what we can. And the best way for you to change what you can is to learn the lesson that comes with that season. And when that season is gone, girl, go. Go on by your business, dude. Go on by your business. There's no need for you to wonder what happened to those people or what happened to those circumstances and situations back then. Who gives a fuck? Just move on, because when you move on, you're continuing to make progress, and your progress is way more important than your past. So y'all tell me what y'all think down below. All right, if you like this video, be sure that you give it a thumbs up and subscribe, so that way other people can get help and receive help and hear my words as well. Mental health is very serious and it's on the front line more than ever. We need to make that more knowledgeable. We need to acknowledge it more. All right, speaking of that, y'all go ahead and check on your strong friends. Okay, this Tea Talk was sponsored by Mint Mobile. All right, I love it. I've had service for a while now, but just recently I snag a good old a sponsorship. So I want to let y'all know a little bit about Mint Mobile. It's $15 a month. I absolutely love that. I will leave all my information down below for you, so that way you can research and do your due diligence. The thing I love about Mint Mobile is, like, literally I can buy 6 months at a time and not even, like, it's not even a gulp of water. You know how some people be making like life-threatening decisions at the gas tank or at the gas station? Well, with Mint Mobile, you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so it's $15 a month. You're still able to talk, text, surf the web, call your mom, call your dad, call your college friends, call your homegirls, get them gassed up. Okay, whatever it is that you need, Mint Mobile will look out for the cookout. And if you go ahead and sign up now with the information down below, you will be able to receive a 7-day trial. It's a 7-day trial, and when you buy 3 months, you receive 3 months free. So be sure to use that link down below. I appreciate Mint Mobile for reaching out and being part of the Tea Talk movement, the game changer movement, and I hope you all come along with us as well. So, new moon, be careful, y'all. Be sure that y'all like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell, and I will talk to y'all later.